Children who have been abused and neglected suffer physically and psychologically. According to the Child Welfare Information, states reported that 676,000 children were victims of child abuse and neglect. While physical injuries may or may not immediately be visible, abuse and neglect can have a great impact on children, families, and societies that last a lifetime. Child abuse and neglect are defined as recent act or failure to act on the part of a parent and caretaker, which may result in death, serious physical or emotional harm, sexual abuse, or exploitation. Child abuse and neglect can cause critical issues and factors throughout the child's lifetime. There are several ways a child is able to get help. Some of these ways to cope with these types of abuses and neglect are therapy, programs, and family therapy as well. Now let me explain to you the different types of abuse. According to American Humane Association, there's actually 3 different types of abuse, which are emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. These types of abuse affect the children physically and psychologically. Emotional abuse and neglect is when a parent or caregiver ignores the child's needs, shows no encouragement, and failure to acknowledge their presence. Other examples of emotional abuse are when you verbally assault them, not letting the child interact with other children, not providing food or shelter, medication in need, supervision, and exposing the child to dangerous conditions. Physical abuse can be described as severely impacting a child's development by causing failure to thrive. Malnutrition, serious illnesses, physical harm in the form of cuts, bruises, burns, or other injuries due to lack of supervision, and they show lifetime low self-esteem. Sexual abuse is when a child is abused through sexual intercourse and its deviations. Other offenses involve touching a child, as well as non-touching offenses can be just as harmful and devastating to a child's well-being. Touching sexual offenses include fondling, making a child touch another adult's sexual organ, penetrating a child's vagina or anus, no matter how slight, with the penis or any other object that doesn't have a medical purpose. So here are some effects that children will suffer from child abuse and neglect. Here are a few critical issues and factors that children who have been abused or neglected suffer. Many children suffer from either abuse or neglect, and they feel unwanted, not worthy, and have a very low self-esteem. It may take many years for them to feel needed again. Some may suffer minor injuries that can lead to learning disabilities, and they may not do good in school and not succeed in life. Another factor is lack of trust. Lack of trust is feeling guilty, and self-abuse behavior is another factor. It can lead to being antisocial, depression, identity confusion, serious emotional problems. It can also lead to difficulty with intimate relationships in life. The sexual victimization of children is ethically and morally wrong. Some abusers actually repeat the cycle. According to the helpguide.org, researchers suggest that 1/3 of all individuals who were abused and neglected as children will subject their child to maltreatment. This cycle of abuse can occur when Children who either experience this or witness violence between their parents will do the same thing. Children who have suffered from child neglect and abuse can actually get help through therapies. There's actually different therapies. The first one is their own therapy, where they go by themselves to a therapist and they talk about what has affected them. The therapy is actually the best medicine for them. Second one are programs. Programs where other children that have been abused and are in the same boat as this child, and they can all talk about it openly and know exactly how they feel. And last but not least is family therapy. Family therapy is considered one of the best options as well. Everyone is aware of the problem and are very open to talk about it and make it better for the child. According to the website of Child Welfare, many children overcome this abuse with family therapy. Child abuse and neglect have a great impact on children throughout their lives. It affects a child physically and psychologically. However, a child or a youth's ability to cope with this and thrive after this trauma with help is possible. Many of these children work through it and overcome this, what happened in their past experiences.